Hey guys, this is the last installment of this week's James's Weekly Tips, and today's video I'm going to cover um, how to not indulge if you miss breakfast. If you did miss the video I did, I think it was either Saturday or Sunday last week on tips to stop eating and snacking late at night. This is a similar nature type of video, whereas we're just going to cover the opposite side of the day. So in that video, I kind of gave you tips on ways to stop snacking, be it to brush your teeth, and that would stop you eating because obviously you don't want to have to brush your teeth again. And the other tip I gave was about drinking chamomile tea. Sorry. Um, Obviously, do check out that video. To kind of go on to my point about today's video and not struggling to eat in the morning. It's a case of for people that do miss breakfast. Obviously, the old wives' tale has some truth in it. Obviously, if you do miss that meal, it's obviously not a good thing, and obviously from another point it sets you up for the day. And what I mean by that is, obviously, if you did miss breakfast, obviously your brain and your body are going to be craving fuel because you've not had anything to eat. So when you do actually come to wanting something to eat, it's probably going to come down to a bad choice, because obviously your body just wants to eat anything. What I mean by that is obviously something of high in sugar that is going to get your energy levels up fairly quickly and increase that insulin level so it can function properly. Whereas if you did eat something in the morning, obviously you are, to some extent, you've kind of craved that hunger. Obviously, there's a little bit of misconception in terms of that, because if you had, for example, a carbohydrate breakfast, say for example cereal, you're going to be hungry anyway later on down the line, because it's not a complex carbohydrate which is going to keep you full for a long period of time. Or this is one thing I raise with my clients, is to get more protein on in the morning, because it takes longer to break down, and I've discussed this in a few videos now. It takes more calories and more effort for the body to break down protein, so obviously you're going to stay fuller for longer if you eat protein as opposed to carbohydrates. So kind of coming back to that original question of what do you do if you don't eat breakfast, the simple one for that would be to try and obviously get it in, because obviously you don't want to be eating the likes of pastries and whatnot. Like, obviously high stuff that are higher in sugar obviously is not great for your diet. And then a tip to take from that would be to try and have a kind of a latte drink, because that's gonna satisfy your hunger in the short term. Well, not however, but it will obviously, like I said, cut your hunger down in the short term. And then obviously, like I touched upon earlier in the video, it's your stomach that's dictating, well, your stomach and a little bit your body that's dictating those bad choices, because it all it wants to do is obviously get energy. Whereas if you have that latte or a milky hot drink, it'll obviously stop those cravings for a little bit, and you'll actually start thinking with your head on what to have to eat as opposed to your stomach. And obviously you'll make better decisions, as in, like, this is more like midday, lunchtime, as to what you're going to eat. And then another tip that you could do is, if you're not a big fan of eating at breakfast, is to have a Belvita biscuits, because they are scientifically proven from a carbohydrate standpoint to keep, well, not keep you full longer, but to it's a they're designed a bit like a complex carbohydrate, which they'll take longer to digest. So those are my tips for today. So if you like this video, do comment in below and let me know what you think. Obviously, your feedback is greatly appreciated. Alternatively, and furthermore, if you have any topics that you are stuck on, be it nutrition, fitness, mindset, do drop it in the comments below. I read every single one, and you never know, that could be a future topic for one of my videos at a later date. So until next week, guys, I will see you then.